This video today is going to be about renting. I do a lot of videos on buying properties in Italy. I actually wrote a book on buying properties in Italy, and I'll be reading you a little bit from that book today because we're going to go to another city and go through properties there, just online, which I don't really like. I don't like showing properties just from listings, but I don't have enough connections to show you 6 or 7 different things that are for rent. They're hard to find. So we'll be looking at some listings, talking about pricing, talking about a good way to get it. But right now I want to talk about why you want to rent for at least a couple months instead of just diving right in and buying something. I get dozens and dozens of emails every week from people, and believe it or not, some people say, we've never been to Italy, but we want to buy something and move there when we retire, or just move there, period. Yeah, I think that is problematic. I think that you should at least have spent a couple months in a very concentrated target area where you think you want to be. And the best way to do that without breaking the bank is to do a short-term rental. And you can do that on Airbnb, VRBO, Booking.com. Just put in a big range of dates. And you may not be able to find all the dates you want to fill, but maybe you stay in this place for 2 weeks and then that place for 3 weeks, and maybe in this one little town, and then move 20 kilometers to this little town and get a really good feel. But you'll find, if it's off season, that you're going to be able to find properties for about 40 to 80% less than what you would normally pay on the nightly market, or as we call it here, the nightly circuit. So once you have your temporary rental, how are you going to spend your time? You're going to go out every day into towns that you like, and you're going to look for signs that say affittasi, for rent. And you're going to talk to people. You're going to talk to everybody that you see, and you're going to explain to them, we want to find something for 6 months or a year. It'd be better if it's furnished, or we don't need it to be furnished. We want to come here. We know we're going to move here. And you come and you explore, and you find those things. You find those apartments, because it is difficult here to find apartments that are for rent and do a deal online. This isn't, say, the United States, where you go on Craigslist, find something, and you call up and you say, hey, I want to come see it tomorrow. And they, hell yeah, come over and see it tomorrow. And then you rent it. It's just not like that here. And there's a good reason why it's not like that here. People in Italy are a little squeamish about renting on long term. Why? Because a lot of times people won't leave. They don't pay and they won't leave. And if they happen to have kids, and especially if the kids are, say, under school age, 0 to 5 or 6 years old, there's probably not a judge in Italy that's going to sign a warrant to have them kicked out of the house, even if they stay there for years. So it's a little more difficult here to find something on the long term, but it's not impossible. I did it. We have that 3-bedroom, 2-bath for 700 euros a month on a 50-acre grape farm, and I didn't find the best place in all of Italy. I found a place in Italy. So today we're going to take our time, we're going to look around a little bit, we're going to talk about how you do it, and then we're going to get online and look at some short-term and long-term rentals in a city that I'm going to choose after I get done making this intro. Now, I think Montepulciano is the finest town in all of Italy to live in. Right combination of having everything you need, like everything. Jewelry stores, grocery stores in town, probably 24 bars, excellent eating establishment. He's the owner. This is Il Pozzo, excellent place. And this is just a random September Tuesday, but there's a lot of people out on the street. So you're walking along And this is what you're going to be looking for. For rent. Small apartment restored. And it has the cell numbers. Could this be an apartment that is on the nightly circuit? Possible, but doubtful. So if you've been taking the time to study your Italian while you've been looking at real estate listings and thinking about moving here, it's going to be a lot easier for you to try to rent something. If you know 5 or 10 words, no, it's still going to be tough. You're going to need help. If you speak like I do, after studying for a year and a half, 2 years, you might have a much better chance. One way is, hi, I'm calling about the apartment that's for rent in Montepulciano on the main street. It's very small, un piccolo appartamento. Yeah, do you speak English? I mean, that's how it's going to go. If you've been studying a while, you might be able to do something like, buongiorno, hai un appartamento in Montepulciano e voglio affittare questo appartamento, sono americano. È possibile vedere l'appartamento domani alle 9:10 in la mattina? Probably going to get a lot farther with that. But if you can't do that, the next best thing is to find a friend that can help you out. So this is one of my favorite shops in Montepulciano, La Bottega del Nobile. They have over 1,000 different labels that they show. The place, the food is awesome, the people are awesome. Amico, bisogno un favore.
Certo.
Hai un appartamento qui,
sì,
in la strada principale.
Certo.
E voglio parlare con il capo dell'appartamento.
Certo.
Ma nel telefonini non posso parlare molto bene. Can you call for me, man? It'd be a really big favor.
Certo.
Okay, here, let me give you the phone number. Okay. It's right on the screen. If you wouldn't mind calling that number. And just ask him if maybe I can get an appointment for tomorrow. And this, guys, is why you need to make friends, have friends, treat everybody nice.
Potresti prenotarmi un appuntamento con lui oggi pomeriggio? Sì, grazie mille, arrivederci.
He said, well,
He's all right.
He said 2 o'clock, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so 2 o'clock tomorrow. So that's all you got to do, guys. It's not impossible to do these things. Amico, grazie mille.
Ciao. Ciao, Brad. Take care.
Okay, that's all you have to do. The first short-term rental we have in Lucca is this $816 a month apartment. I'm searching on my US account, so things are listed in dollars. So it's about 750 euros. It's nicely decorated. It has a pretty big bedroom. It looks clean. It would have everything you need. And for 750 euros a month, I think it's a real winner. The main thing is location, location, location. So that's very important. You're right in the middle of everything. And the apartment's in good shape. And the nice thing is you can see the reviews on Airbnb. The next apartment is a 1-bedroom, 1-bath. It's only for 2 guests, but you can tell immediately that it's much better appointed. It looks cozy, it looks well thought out. The ceiling is amazing. Large TV. I would be quite comfortable for a month, maybe even 2 months, staying in an apartment of this size. It looks really sweet. And the best part is it's right in the historic district of Lucca, which I think is one of the best in all of Italy. It's large, it has great shops, it's easy to walk because it's flat. My daughters love going to Lucca. And I highly recommend you find a place that's big enough to have your visitors stay when you're on this extended looking trip. This listing is a little confusing because it says 2 bedrooms, 1 bed. I think what they meant was it's 1 bedroom and then they have sofa beds. It's another really nicely decorated apartment. Everything there in the kitchen. The bedroom is very ample, room for chairs and nightstands, which sometimes you don't see. These are probably the sofa beds, at least the one on the left. But it's cute and it's clean. A little bit more expensive, but still about 40% discount is pretty solid. And it's located right in the amphitheater area, right over the square, I believe.
So that's pretty nice location. This apartment for $840 a month is on a medium length contract. They said it's available from the beginning of December through the end of May 2025. That's probably a nice amount of time. You may not want to stay in a rental for a full year, and that gets you through some of what becomes the high season. In the high season, which is anything really from March through December, you're going to find that rentals get real expensive, and you won't find these incredible deals on a long-term rental. This one seems to be in very good shape. That makes a king bed right there. Nice big shower to get in. Washer, dryer. I mean, it looks like it has about everything. And a view, and it's right on the amphitheater. This long-term apartment is a 2-bedroom, 1-bath for $950 a month, and they're asking for what they call a 4+4 contract. That's a 4-year contract with an additional 4-year option if you decide you want to stay. The apartment is inside the historic district, right on the edge of the wall, and it's on the south side, near the train station. Now, it looks to me like it comes lightly furnished, but you may have to bring in all your own linens and kitchen utensils and pots and pans. But again, this is a long-term rental. You are going to be able to make this place your own. Has room for a huge king bed and still some seating area. That's a very large room by Italian standards. The bathroom seems like it's in decent shape. It's a little dated. But for 950 euros on a 4-year contract, if Lucca is where you want to stay, it's perfect. And there's even a little place for guests. Now, the last long-term apartment we're looking at is luxury. It's almost 2,000 square feet, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, and it is amazing. Full AC, it's in immaculate shape. $3,200 a month. I know that's a lot of euros per month, but I mean, look what you're renting. There's something for everybody. And you have to keep in mind that today I'm showing Lucca, one of the most popular cities to visit in Italy and getting even more popular. I am sorry I didn't buy a 3-story, 3-unit building for 350,000 euros 4 years ago. It's probably worth 60% more now. I used Idealista to pull up all these long-term rentals, and I used Airbnb to pull up the short-term rentals. There's other websites out there, and there's other options like finding a management company or a rental company that could help you. But I think this is a good way to start refining where you're going to look.
Well, I hope you guys found this video very, very helpful. If you want to stay with Olivia and myself in one of our 17th century apartments, go to our website, TuscanPalace.com, and see what we have on offer. We have studio, 1, 2, 3-bedroom, big apartment, up to 2,000 square feet. If you were coming, say, in January and February, we might have a 3, 4, 5, 6-week stretch, and we could make you a nice deal, and you can come stay in what I again think is probably the best town in all of Italy, Montepulciano. If you have questions for me or want to talk about the rentals directly, write me, bradsworld8@gmail.com. Again, our website for the rentals is TuscanPalace.com. And if you need time with me in like a video chat, go to my website, bradsworld.it, and I'm happy to set up a time. Click on services on my website. You can see what I charge, the things that I can offer, and then use the form on the home page, on the front page of my website, and send me a message. Tell me what you want to talk about, when you want to talk, and I'll see what I can do for you. I appreciate you guys watching today. We'll see you soon in Montepulciano or somewhere in Italy on Brad's World. Ciao.